Are you a mom working from home with your kids and trying to figure out how to do it all? You have these big goals of wanting to grow a business online or maybe grow your brand or whatever it is, but the struggle of trying to do it all with the kids home. Subscribe to this channel because I'm going to be sharing new videos about this topic, and I drop new videos every single week sharing our podcast of other moms and how they do it, as well as teaching you ways to stay healthy along the journey. So in today's video, I'm going to talk about 4 tips that I have for you moms out there that are trying to work from home, grow a business online, work your job while your kids are home. And the biggest thing over the past almost 6 years now that I've worked my businesses from home and have grown through the journey, having multiple incomes with kids at home, these are the best pieces of advice I can give you that will help you do it all, right? And so you'll probably have my son in the video in a minute. If you can't hear him, you will, because he's right here with me. So number 1 tip, you have to learn to give yourself grace. What do I mean by that? You have to learn to give yourself grace, because there's going to be days like this where the kiddos take over all the work goals that you had. You may have an entire to-do list, or you may have even your Google Calendar that's filled up with tasks, but it doesn't always happen that way. But you have to give yourself grace. You have to learn to celebrate yourself and celebrate your wins, and not obsess and focus on your shortcomings. And that's what I mean by giving yourself grace, because your to-do list is always going to be added to. Your to-do list is never going to be fully checked off, whether it be business, whether it be taking care of the kids, maybe it's the dishes, the laundry, you name it, the pile and the list goes on and on and on and on as a mom, right? So the number 1 thing is you have to learn to give yourself grace. If you spend your days beating yourself up for what you did not do, you will not be successful, not at business and even at mom life, near to the level that you could, because a lot of it has to do with up here, right? So number 2 tip is you have to learn to be adaptable. If you don't adapt, then you will drive yourself crazy. And this was me. I used to not even time block. I wasn't even using Google Calendars. Why? Because I thought to myself, why in the world would I do that? My day never looks the same. So I could put it on a calendar all day long, but it's not going to get done. The best growth that I've had in my businesses was using a calendar, map it out, but be adaptable. So I may have like my power hour, which is the thing that I do for this income producing activities for my businesses. I have that on my calendar at a certain time. But let's be real, 75% of the time, they don't get done at the time that I have it on my calendar, and that's okay. I quickly adapt, and I will push it on my calendar. As long as it stays on my calendar, it is there, and we make it happen, right? But you have to learn to be adaptable, because 2 days never look the same, and that's okay. You just need to adapt. Move it around, move it around, move it around. You know what? If something didn't get done that day, adapt and move it to the next day. It's okay. You have to learn that this is okay. Number 3 is communicate. You have to communicate. One of the best things that I've done is been able to learn to communicate. Am I the best at it? Heck no. My husband will probably vouch for this. But I've gotten so much better from the person that I was when I started being an entrepreneur and running businesses from home. I started when my little girl was born. She's our first, and I've been working from home with them ever since. So I've learned a lot of these things by doing it wrong. But the number 3 tip is communicate. And I mean with everybody. I mean with your spouse for sure, because they need to know what your goals are, what it is that you're doing. Show them what you're doing. Show them your successes for why I'm working so hard at doing all these things. Communicate, but also with your kids. My son is 2.5, so communication, he may not really understand it a whole lot yet, but my daughter does. She's 5.5. And the best piece of advice I ever got from a friend, Julie Reynolds, was to communicate with your kids. Let them know when it's work time for mommy, and let them know that when it's time that you put your phone up and it is playtime with them. If you communicate with them what it is that you're doing, or maybe even there's been times along my journey that I was chasing a big goal, was trying to hit a rank or do a certain level, right? And we actually communicated with my daughter and ended up buying her a little four-wheeler if mommy hit this goal. So that means mommy needs to do a little bit extra work this month to make that happen. And she was fine with it. If you communicate with them, instead of just trying to push them to the side or shush them, as I always say, because I used to do that a lot, Communicate with them. And the tip number 4 is include them. Whatever your brand may be, whatever your business may be, the thing that I used to create anxiety in myself because I would always try to, oh my gosh, I got to find time to fit this in when they're not around or nobody can hear them in the background. Well, guess what, you guys, that is life. You are a mom, and if you're growing some sort of business that is wrapped around you being a mom, or maybe you want to help other moms, or maybe you're sharing products with moms, or maybe whatever it is they may be, include them on some of it. Well, number 1, it's fun. It's fun for you. It's much more fun trying to do it with them than trying to find time to be away from them to get it in. Number 2, it's fun for them. They enjoy being part of mommy's businesses. When I started letting my little girl do videos like this, now she will grab my phone and go do her own videos. Like, we've created her own YouTube channel, Parker May TV, because she does them, and I have loads and loads of videos that I need to upload on my phone. So include your kids. Let them see what it is that you do. You may grow some really amazing entrepreneurs by doing that. So include them in it instead of stressing yourself out trying to find time to get your business, job, and work done when they're not around. Okay, so those are my biggest pieces of advice for you. Include them. Say hi. So again, subscribe to my channel so you can get on a weekly basis. I drop multiple videos. Some are based around health tips. Some are based around our podcast, Fit Mama podcast, where you can see other women sharing their journey, or sometimes we're teaching about different topics, and more videos like this as well. So y'all have a great day. I'll see you on the next video.
Bye.